dat je hier al eens een paar spinnen maakt en dan pas de andere kant terug doen. En dan kun je eigenlijk al... Ja? Dat is perfect.
You can't remember the processes which are going on in the child's head, but you do such performances. How do you create those performances?
Well, by just having nice dreams, trying to share these dreams with other artists, and then to try it out with the children. So we let's say about every week we do rehearsals. We do also rehearsals in the kindergarten. So we each morning we have groups of children and we see how they react on what we do, and then I cut and I change and I so it's a work in progress, and it's each time looking how they are responding, because you're right. I mean, I'm an adult now, so I can't feel or think like them, but I can observe them in the reactions they do. Yeah.
How long have you been doing such kind of performance?
Well, it's now almost 10 years that we do it, and I must say 3 festivals ago we were here with 2 of our productions. The first we ever made was 10 years ago. It was The Red Dragon, it was called. And so it was our first real experience for the very smallest one. Yeah.
And do you remember which was the best reaction of children you liked best?
Oh, that's a very difficult question. There are so many ones, but I must say I remember one of the things I liked very much was in a kindergarten we did some tryouts of the Brambury performance. Yes, which was on the work of Květa Pacovska, and we did it with 3 saxophonists. So we went with 3 saxophones into a kindergarten, and at first the children were crying because they didn't like it at all. It was because they didn't know that the music was coming out of these very spacey, strange instruments. So after a while we sat down and they discovered how the music was made. So they discovered that sound was coming out of these instruments, and then the musicians started to play again, and the children began to dance. And so they did also some very atonal music, and I saw one of this little girl who was really listening to it, and she did like a modern contemporary dance performance, because she had to place the music she heard into her body. So her whole body was really moving to something very extraordinary, and that's one of my favorite memories of what we did.
Thank you, but the ending of this performance seemed cruel to me.
Well, life is cruel, and certainly what we do with insects is very cruel at the moment. The bees are dying everywhere in the world, and there is one thing we know for sure: if there are no bees, there are no humans. So I think you can say it's not right to tell this to children, but I think life can be cruel. And what is cruel? I mean, in the idea of the insects, it's about survive, and so for the spider it's not cruel at all, it's food. So we kill also a lot of animals and to eat, so it's cruel and it's not cruel.
But children should know, you think?
Of course. Children live in this world, so, and they see much more cruel things on television and on things which seem not to be true than we show here. I mean, and so in that way, I think it's very important that also, I mean, I saw yesterday a very nice performance, a Czech performance on Hansel und Gretel, which is a fairy tale with the sorcerer. It's very cruel too. Or all the fairy tales are not so sweet, and okay, we did sweeten them with Disney and candy and everything. But in the ground they were very cruel, and they were just to tell to children and to adults, to everybody, about cruelty and to cope with it. And now I think we protect children too much in the way that we want to care too much on them with all the problems, because children today, they don't know what it is, cruelty or aggression. And then when suddenly in real life they meet it, then it's for them something they don't know. So if they can know it on a safe way, like it is, here they can see to it when it's safe with their parents or with a teacher, then it's nice to learn about it. And then maybe in real life they are more aware about it.